Hi Cancer, it's Cherry. I'm here with your monthly twin flame reading for the month of December. And so what I've been doing since May is doing this progressive twin flame kind of reading, comparing the masculine and the feminine to see how your relationship is evolving. If you would like to know a little bit more about how I come up with the masculine and the feminine energies, check out the main video that's already put out, the general reading for the month of December. And you can check out some of the other ones that are already out there, some of the other zodiac signs. But let's go ahead and get into Cancer zodiac sign. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and any other placement that you feel you want to check out in your chart. It can also be just random too, like if you want to watch this video, it's calling to you. Sometimes it's the title or something about it that has a certain energy that's calling to you. Definitely watch it, even if it's not your sign. So every month I choose two different kinds of decks, similar but different. And here we have the Arcanum and the Telema decks. Arcanum for the masculine and Telema for the feminine. And also I use the Romance Angels for the masculine and the Romantic Fairy for the feminine. I will be using this cute little spread back here in the back of my booklet, my tarot deck booklet, and it shows you the twin flames masculine, the feminine, and we'll go back and forth. His feelings, her feelings, his thoughts, her thoughts, his hopes, her hopes, his actions, her actions. So let's begin. All right, so I'm just gonna get this sort of general message for you. All right, let's see what you got. Codependency, okay. All right, well, addictions could be affecting your romantic life. Now, this is very interesting. When it comes out in the twin flame reading, it could be a perception of being addicted to someone, which is, it's kind of different when it comes to twin flames. It can feel like an addiction because there's such a strong draw and pull to it, okay? And you may feel slightly out of control, but that could be the point. The point is that relationships aren't about controlling. It's about surrendering, letting go, letting your energy flow, being your authentic self, doing what's true to your heart and to your soul and to your mind and to your body, and not resisting this current that is your authentic destiny, what you're meant for. Now, on the other hand, the codependency could be connections with people or things that do not serve you, and it might be something that you have to release before your relationship can progress in your twin flame journey. So let's see now what the Divine Feminine for Cancer has to say. Ooh, you got divine timing. Your love life will soon experience a serendipitous event. Very nice. So that to me kind of is straightforward. What it feels like to me is that divine timing is one of those things that you have no control over. It's something that the universe gives you as a gift. And the best way to bring in this timing is to let go of outcomes, let go of any kind of expectations. You've done your work, you've manifested, you've cleansed everything out of your consciousness that helps your connection. That things that you may seem in your mind that attracts, but that actually kind of pushes away. You've discovered this, you've let go of this, you realize what actually attracts this connection is the surrender. And so once the surrender happens, then the divine timing comes in, and bam, there you are with this amazing event that Spirit brings you as a nice like surprise party. It's kind of like being at the right place at the right time. So let's get an idea. How does the masculine feel, the divine masculine feel for his divine feminine or himself or the relationship in the month of December, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or other placements? All right, so we've got the Eight of Wands. He's feeling like, I really need to talk to her so bad. I'm going to say he and she just for simplicity's sake, but definitely ignore that if it doesn't resonate. But the divine masculine is just very eager. He's feeling this swiftness, he's feeling like something needs to happen soon, and he royally wants to reach out quickly. All right, let's see what the divine feminine is feeling in the month of December towards her masculine or herself or the relationship. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, other placements. You know, and when it comes to placements, you can think of things too, just like what is your chart ruler? What is, you know, your ascendant? What house is your sun in? Sometimes that affects it. So let's see. What is she feeling? All right. So she's feeling Queen of Swords energy. Divine feminine Cancer is feeling a little bit protective of herself, I think. This particular queen, though, has a very pleasant face. And I think there's power in her. There's kindness, too. But there is a sharpness and a kind of a defensive stance. So she's protective, but she is also intelligent and thoughtful, and she has a lot of logic and planning. So I feel like this divine feminine, even though she's a water sign, Cancer being water sign, she uses her logic and intelligence a lot for her decision making. And so when you're asking her what does she feel, she's like, let me think about it. She has to think about it first. But yeah, so that could represent somebody who has definitely a lot of air signs in their chart, like Libra, Gemini, Aquarius as well. All right, well, let's see now. What is the divine masculine thinking? See, he's thinking his feminine is the total package. She is Empress quality. She is nature. She is loving. She is good with kids and animals and in touch with her surroundings and powerful and strong. Like, he's really thinking these thoughts about his feminine. Let's see now. What is the divine feminine thinking? She's comfortable in her thoughts. Oh my gosh. All right, so this particular feminine has some kind of dark thoughts, sad thoughts. She feels a little bit stuck. She thinks, okay, so her thoughts and her feelings, I feel like she's a little bit protective and defensive. She's feeling a little bit, maybe she feels stuck because there's a codependency here on this side. Or maybe you can pull from both energies, the masculine and the feminine. Also possibly some are same sex too as well. I just got a little bit of a sense of that. But anyway, I think the divine feminine, I think there's this pressure that if she makes some kind of move, then she will get hurt. And she's trying to avoid the pain of being hurt. Maybe that's why she avoids feeling things and she decides to think things through, uses her logic so she doesn't have to. She might be thinking that using her heart in the matter will only get her pain, like make her hurt, you know? So that could be what's going on here. Anyway, I haven't had a sadsies one yet, but it's not too sad. It's only, Eight of Swords is only about this this feeling of being stuck. Maybe she's just blocked. Maybe there's just this feeling like this person maybe think I, adore me, but why is he blocking me, Anyway, so let's see now. What are the Divine Masculine's hopes in the matter? Also, it's not exactly this side matches up to this side, like as in your masculine would be in here necessarily, or not necessarily your masculine is a Cancer, right? So you can kind of look at it in a variety of ways. You can look at it like this is masculine Cancer energy, feminine Cancer energy, and you could be in both piles. This represents the divine masculine of any sign that you're thinking about. So like the Empress represents Venus and possibly Libra. And this could be that kind of, so you could see your person in here if you're the divine feminine Cancer. So that's one way to look at it. Or the third way is to see that this is your divine counterpart and they are also Cancers. All right, so let's see now. What is the divine masculine? What are their hopes towards their feminines in the month of December? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. What are their hopes? What is Cancer's hopes in the matter? Ooh, very nice. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles means that the hopes here is for an abundance of love, for no holding back, to really overflow in the love category and express all the love that they can express. So the divine masculine really wants to be able to do that. Make a new start too. Like aces are about beginnings. If there was any problems before, they want to make a new beginning and a new offering of love. All right, let's see now. What is the divine feminine's hopes in the matter with her divine masculine in the relationship? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. That's so funny because the very next card that was wanted to come out for the masculine was also the Seven of Wands. See, it was right there at the bottom of the deck. So they both sides have this bit of defensiveness as well. Like, I'm going to defend my... She's hoping that he will defend their relationship no matter what the cost. And he is saying, yes, I'm defending. And she also has the Hermit in her hopes, is that even though we are far apart, that you won't do that. This divine masculine will love her and only her, and not, sway or go with anyone else. That the distance doesn't mean that they're only physically apart, but they're not emotionally, spiritually, and mentally apart, that they're always connected. And that's how she feels towards her masculine. She hopes her masculine sees the same thing. So, of course, that's very nice. So it's interesting that they have that kind of, and on the masculine side, we have a male, and on the feminine side, we have a female. So that kind of is also interestingly symbolic. The male here, the masculine and the feminine are both have their different ways of defending their connection. And whatever it is, they will see it through. They will see, he will say that, whether or not he wants to express it out loud and say, this is my divine feminine and don't mess with her. And she says, it's my divine masculine, don't mess with him. Or if they kind of internalize those feelings and just know, no matter what, I will always love you. I'm always here. And we're always connected no matter what happens on the external world. We're always connected. So I think that's kind of what the feminine is saying. And the masculine is saying, no matter what, I love you deeply, you know. All right, so no matter how things appear on the outside, I want to physically on the outside always look like I'm defending you, protecting you, but there are times where it may not look like that, you know. All right, let's see now. What are the Divine Masculine's actions going to be in the month? Ooh, look, and you got Cancer coming out. So the Chariot is so awesome for actions. It looks like he's really building up to something, you know. You also got the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. Give me goosebumps here. So the Emperor is like, hey, look, you got the twin flame couple. The Emperor is showing that he is your divine masculine. He is your counterpart. He does believe in that. The Ace of Wands represents physical attraction and physical interludes and that coming together of bodies, you know. So the Chariot to me represents an action of triumph and victory and headed towards the feminine with full force, and this kind of speed started off in the reading and it ends in the reading. Beautiful. All right, let's see what the Divine Feminine's actions are towards her masculine in the month of December. I almost said November. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. All right, she's got Justice with the King of Cups. So it's like, yes. And here again, we got some Libra energy, Venus energy on this side as well. So she is going to balance, you know, whatever he puts out for her, she will return the favor. She's like, I will receive all of your love, my King of Cups, my Cancer. And if that is what you will bring me, I will receive it, you know, with open arms, you know, basically with fairness, without judgment, but with, this is kind of like, you know, how sometimes the justice is blindfolded. It's because she's unbiased. She is unconditional. This is like an unconditional love. And it could also be for some this letting go of dependencies, you know, like letting go. It could be marriage and it could be divorce. It could be legal issues, but it could represent this fairness, this justice, this truth coming in, and a win in the favor. And both of these cards represent winning. So very nice. It looks like some winning is happening here for Cancers, both masculine and feminine. All right, let's see what your charms have to say. So you've got Tinkerbell. This is good because Tinkerbell is all about the pixie dust, which is that final sprinkle at the it's the serendipitous event. It is the divine timing. And this could represent a dance, a party, the place, something having to do with the event. It is going to be very I was about to say fantastical, but maybe just very fine, glorious, beautiful. You've got the autism awareness heart here. So there is this connection you feel. Oh, look, and you got the little, I feel like there could be a person here that one side or the other or both that may be a little awkward on the outside, but they're actually quite capable. It's just, they may be a little bit nerdy, but they're so full of love, way more than you realize. We've got the World, you've got Hope, you've got Sure, you've got Love, Sure Love, you have, you have Saint Dymphna. So if you are going through struggles over here, depression or anxiety or fears of, you know, being hurt again, then talk to Saint Dymphna and she will help you out. Also, Mary Magdalene's good for that too. She helps women's issues as well. Aries here, that could mean that you should go check out that Aries reading, being courageous. That's the first step's always the hardest, but once you get past that, then you're go, go, go. Then we've got the Moon, some dream world stuff. We got the basket, the picnic basket. You know, the weather, and we're in winter or about to approach winter, and it's getting cold for a lot of us, and some of us are still in warm climates. wherever you are, I think you can have a picnic, you know, like if you're, especially if you're where I am right now, it is warm, except it's rainy today. But yeah, when you can, try to find a time to go outdoors and have a beautiful picnic with the one you love. I feel like this represents a date, you know, and with music and oh, yeah, sunflowers. Maybe this represents something that'll come into the future when the sunflowers are out again. Are some of you still experiencing some sunflower somewhere? Oh, the space shuttle just means kind of like, you know, an up, and away, an ascension and connection to the cosmos. And then going really deep. Wow, look at that. Look at the contrast between the all the way up into space and then the whales deep into the water. This is a very expansive kind of love. It's as deep as the ocean and as high as the heavens. So we have number 6, and we have the dragonfly. That's your ancestors speaking to you in the grass. So yeah, go visit them outside. Yeah, you might have, I think there's somebody having to cut some cords. That codependency, cutting that stuff out. We have protected and beautiful. Codependency, I mean, it's not a cute thing. Like to say I'm codependent with somebody it's cringy because it's toxic. It's not right. It's not meant to be. You're not meant to be codependent. You're meant to be an individual on your own, free, strong, brave, feeling 100% who you are within your own skin, giving your own credit for your worth, giving credit to yourself for your worth, giving credit to yourself for your achievements, not throwing your credit away to other people who don't, maybe they deserve some credit for being in your life and touching you in a certain way, but you are the one that created this world for yourself. You are the one that did this, you know? So don't throw your you know, don't throw your worth away to other people if you deserve it for yourself, you know, if you deserve the credit yourself. And that's where I think codependency can come in sometimes, because you don't even believe that you did this on your own, so you give somebody else the credit, and then you're dependent on them because you feel like you owe them. You do not owe them. Everybody makes their own choices, and everybody's choice is different, and everybody has their own life path, and sometimes our paths cross, and sometimes we're connected, and sometimes it's for a good reason. But it's not, when you get to the twin flame relationship, it's a whole different thing. It's really about learning who you are separate from other people. That's what the twin flame relationship is about. And that's why sometimes twin flames trigger each other, because it allows you this chance to really see deeper than just surface level of other kind of connections that you might have, 3D relationships. Yeah, toxic or codependent relationships. Then you have like the little fairy on the moon, and the moon is talking about dreams and the subconscious, like going a little bit deeper. You know, be in touch with the moon. The moon is Cancer's ruling planet. So keep in touch with that energy, and don't be afraid to go deep. I think Cancers have a tendency to, you know, it's easy for them to go deep, but maybe they're afraid and they use other logic and other things to keep them on the surface level, where they're really not being themselves. They're not being true to themselves. Okay, we got the apple for health here, and look at the Girl Scout. The Girl Scout is like about honor and you know, sticking to this kind of code. The Girl Scouts code is, on my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, to live by the Girl Scout law. So it is good to follow a certain law, a certain rule, and stick to it, especially if it's good for the good of all, right? But definitely don't give your power away. All right, so then you have the key to transformation, and you also have the letter Y. I hope you guys like that, and I'll see you at the next sign. Be sure to check out any and all the other signs that you're interested in, and see you at the next sign. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.